Good evening again. Go ahead and finish eating if you've not finished yet. I'm Renee Bagley, and I'm the current president of the Guymon Booster Club for the athletes of Guymon High School, and I'd like to welcome you to this year's banquet. I'd like to recognize the other Booster Club members for their hard work and dedication through the year. We have Vice President Nancy Brewer, Secretary Crystal Landis, and Treasurer Jamie Coakley. I also would like to thank everyone who came out yesterday and helped with the cleaning and setting up of the Activity Center, and I'm sure Rocky appreciates it as well. Thank you to Jamie Kaufman and her crew for providing this delicious meal. The Guymon Athletic Booster Club provides support and encouragement to all the high school athletic programs. Not only do we host this banquet every year, we also provide funding for each sport throughout the year. This year we have purchased heart rate monitors for cross country, the Huddle subscription for football. We've helped pay for motel rooms for volleyball, basketball, powerlifting, swim team, soccer, golf, baseball, and track. We also purchased the state championship banner for the cross country that is now hanging in the gym. All of this would not be possible without the financial support from our area businesses and individuals donating to our fundraisers. Our primary fundraiser is the poster drive that we have at the beginning of the year, where we have the team schedules and the team photos, and you can see those hanging in various businesses around town. Another large fundraiser we have is the silent auction held every year during basketball season. And speaking of the silent auction, there was no one bidding on the soccer balls, and so we have those displayed out in the hallway, and if you would still like to try to buy those, you're welcome to go make a bid. We will announce the winner before we get to the special awards tonight. The Booster Club meets once a month, and anyone is welcome to attend these meetings. Our next scheduled meeting is Monday, June the 27th. At 7 o'clock, we meet in the high school commons area. Also, I'd like to thank our coaches for all their dedication and time spent in developing our young athletes. Also like to thank the bus drivers, I don't know if any of them came tonight, but for getting our teams to and from their competition safely. I'd like to remind everyone to stay for the entire event, because after we do each individual sport, then we will go through and do the special awards at the end. And if you are a first-time letterer, please stop by this table over here and pick up your G to go on your jacket. Now I'll be turning the program over to our MC tonight. It's Austin Stonecipher. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Up first is football.
Hello. And with our head coach, Coach Richmond, we have our players, Cristian Aguilar, Cody Alexander, Jonathan Amador, Lorenzo Amador, Osiel Arroyo, Bryce Bagley, Karan Bakta, Xavier Bowers, Nicholas Brewer, Hunter Brunson, Mundo Casas, Matthew Chain, Brian Cobos, Dwayne Coleman, Eric Cruz, Fabian Daniels, Garrett Danner, Roman Davis, Harvey De La Rosa, Salvador Diaz, Elaine Fernandez, Miguel Fernandez, Tyler Fields, Roberto Figueroa, Matthew Gallegos, Rafael Gandarilla, Nick Garcia, Gordo González, John González, Cesar Guerrero, Cristian Hinojos, Bailey Holman, Aaron Huckins, Ronaldo Huizar, Riley Coakley, Victor Legarda, Pablo Lopez, Austin Lozano, Kevin Lozano, Anthony Luna, Matthew Mallard, Hunter Martinez, Lane Martinez, Tristan Martinez, Cristo Montelongo, Noela Moreno, Carter Nash, Auden Ochoa, Jovan Ochoa, Levi Padilla, Tyler Padilla, Alex Parker, Kale Purdy, Christian Reyes, Justice Riffle, Edgar Rios, Sergio Salinas, Brian Santana, Jacob Santos, Alex Sappington, Victor Segala, Tasso, Zach Stonecipher, Trevin Talbert, Jeffrey Tingwire, Fernando Valdez, Quade Wheeler, Drew Winter.
How's everybody doing tonight? Good deal. First off, I'd like to thank the Booster Club for hosting this tonight and all the support they give to our athletics in general. I know that they helped me out quite a bit. They paid for our Huddle subscription, which is kind of the backbone for all the scouting and everything that we do for the varsity football program. So thank you very much, Booster Club. Next, I want to thank our transportation department. Scott, you guys do a great job for us, getting us where we need to be on time and safely. That's huge. Luckily, we got through this year without any fender benders or anything like that. We're going to jump right into awards. We've got 5 plaques and our Hit Stick Award. We'll start with this one. One thing that we wanted to take pride on this year is being more physical than we were last year. So what we did is I put this hit stick together, and the biggest hit of every football game went to one of our players. So they would get to put their autograph on here, hang it up in their locker, and they kept it for the week. It was just kind of a pride thing about how physical we're going to play. Ended up coming down to 3 of our players. Both had their names on here more than once. So out of that 3-way tie, the guys that are here is Matt Gallegos and Jovan Ochoa. Matt lit somebody up. Knocked a kid out. I mean, out cold. So, we don't want to talk about head hits and things like that, but when you deliver a blow like that, it's hard not to give you the hit stick. So, Matt. So next, we're going to talk about our Offensive Player of the Year. I'm a firm believer in not giving an MVP award because our team has to work in a tandem. We can't have one spectacular running back or receiver or quarterback. But one thing that I did sit down and look at and talked about with our coaching staff was statistically who stood out the most offensively and who consistently started for us. And it really came down statistically to Jovan Ochoa and Jacob Santos. Santos didn't start every game for us. He grew a ton. I think he's going to be a fantastic quarterback for us. But our Offensive Player of the Year is going to be Jovan Ochoa. Next is kind of the same thing. It's our Defensive Player of the Year. This guy was the backbone of our defense. He led the team in tackles. He was an all-star by class football player. Missed All-State by, I think, 2 votes. I mean, he's that good. The future's going to hold big things for this young man. Give it up for Levi Padilla. Okay, next we're going with Lineman of the Year, and this isn't necessarily an offensive or a defensive lineman. We looked at who started the most, and we platooned. So that means this season we played everybody one way. You either played offense or defense, and we had some injuries. 3rd, 4th week of the season, we had to take one of our upperclassmen and really lean on him to play on both sides of the ball. So our Lineman of the Year is Mundo Casas. Following that, we had a young man that he was a playmaker for us. He was a leader on the field, off the field, did everything we asked him to do, and he unfortunately had an injury week 4. Lane, he's going to get our Tiger Award. What he did after he was injured, he made every practice, he made every game. He was there as a moral support for the rest of the team. On top of, I think week 2, he led the team in tackles when we played against Liberal. So, that's tough for a nose guard to do. So our Tiger Award goes to Lane Martinez. All right, last but not least is our most improved player. This is a player, he played for us a year ago. He was kind of the other anchor in our defense. You know, we had a lot of working components. We had some guys that did a lot for us. This kid played linebacker for us, ended up finishing second in tackles for the team. Just looking at the way that he grew from a season ago to this year, I can't wait to see what he does this fall. So our most improved player is Nick Brewer. '15 Tigers.
Up next is cheerleading.
We'll have Coach Mandy Coble and our cheerleaders. Ryan Landis, Payne Cruzan, Carly Cotter, Michaela Crane, Cassandra Luna, Payne Powers, Alex Curtis, Avery Curtis, Maggie Landis, Allie Coble, Arrington Johnson, and Jacqueline Vasquez.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. I'm Mandy Coble. This was my first year being the cheer sponsor, cheer coach. So it was a good year. It was a challenge at times, but I think all in all, I'm very blessed to have these young ladies as cheerleaders. They are amazing leaders for our school, and we're excited about next year. I have 3 awards tonight. The first one is the Most Spirited Cheerleader. This award the squad voted on. I had them vote for a junior. We have no seniors on our squad this year, but I did have 5 juniors. 5? Yeah. Sorry. This young lady did an excellent job promoting school spirit and keeping the squad motivated. It was my pleasure to get to know this young lady. The 2015-16 Most Spirited Cheerleader is Miss Peyton Cruzan.
I miss you.
The next 2 awards I have can pretty much go hand in hand. I have 2 junior cheerleaders that went above and beyond for the squad and to help me this year. My second award is the Most Valuable Cheerleader. It's going to a young lady that has helped me a lot this year. She is a leader, and she's definitely not afraid to share her opinion or her advice. But most of the time I appreciated it. Most Valuable Cheerleader of the Year is Miss Ryan Landis.
I was like, it's Charlie.
My last award is the Tiger Cheerleader of the Year. This young lady is also a hard worker. She's always smiling. She never quits. I really appreciate her dedication and everything these young ladies have done this year. They've really worked hard. Next year we're going back to competition, and we're attending cheer camp this summer, so we're pretty excited. The 2015-16 Tiger Cheerleader of the Year is Miss Carly Cotter. All right, thank you very much.
Up next, dance team.
And we have Jackie Yell and Kendra Smith. Our dance team girls are Diana Barajas, Kimmy Giardia, Crystal Jurado, Esmeralda Mercado, Sarah Fowler, Jaden Gann, Reiza Pacheco, Alexis Bishop, Alondra Cerda, Maribel Esquivel, Jennifer Freire, Tia Gooding, Camry Kane, Sofia Marquez.
All right. We've had a great year this year. We've had a bunch of great girls. They've been really fun to work with. Our first 3 awards that we've got kind of have to do with just different styles of dance. because this is a little different than the other sports. So our very first award that we have is Best Jazz Dancer, and that's going to go this year to Diana Baraja. The next one is our Best Palm Kickline Dancer, and that's going to go to Jada Gann. Next, we've got our Best Hip Hop Dancer, and that's going to go to Kimmy Giria. The next one goes to the Most Improved Dancer. This girl was a first-time dance team girl, and she came a long way, Miss Camry Kane. Next, Best Technique is Miss Taya Gooding. Rookie of the Year, Miss Sophia Marquez. A 100% award. This lady worked so hard, no matter what was going on. We might have girls bickering. She always worked right through everything. And every time I ever saw her, she was giving 100%. Alondra Serta. Most valuable dancer this year is Kimmy Giria. She did a lot of our choreography this year. And made all of our music, which the coaches really appreciated. This next one is the Tiger Dance Award. This is the only one that was chosen by the girls, but the girls got to vote on this, and they were to pick someone who showed the qualities that we expect of dance team throughout the years: respect, responsibility, school pride, and spirit. This goes to Esmeralda Mercado. And then we have two girls that are 4-year seniors. Those girls are Diana Baraja and Esmeralda Mercado. Thank you.
Up next, cross country.
We have coaches Andy Brown and Andy Brown. Our girls, Aspen Villaquet, Valiquet, Solange Liriano, Lupita Jimenez, Sonia Garcia, Samantha Iglesias, Gabby Ramos, Larissa Salinas, Maddie Beasley, Sofia Marquez, Jackie Mendoza, Alex Woods, Zanya Estrella, Alexis Bishop, Rocio de la Garza, Rosie Morales, Giselle Villa, Katie Fernandez, Kendi Salinas, Abelardo Bernabé, Jorge Montes, Alonso Ramirez, Raykov Lopez, Jose Lopez, Caleb Brown, Javier Jaramillo, Obed Guevara, Daniel Gayton, David Gayton, Dylan Portillo, David Salcedo, Justin Stonecipher, Domingo Mejía, Enrique Alvidres, Isaac Chaparro, Jairo Gutierrez, Jonathan Perez, Uzziah Urquiza, Daniel Ortega, Derek Chick, Ernesto Herrera, Frank Moreno, Joseph Soto, Anthony Peña, Pablo Peralta, Noel Núñez, Kirby Jenkins.
I'd like to thank the Booster Club for their donations to our program and everybody in the community that's ever bought a cinnamon roll or a business sponsorship. We got a lot of people out there that support what we do, so thank you for that. By the way, we are selling another batch of cinnamon rolls if you want some, June the 4th. I'll start off with the girls. Everything that we do starts in the summertime, and the success we've been having is because the kids, they take ownership in their practices, and they do the things that I ask them to do, and it starts during the summertime. They train for 5 months, basically for one race, and you have to race well on that day, or you don't take home anything. So with our girls, throughout the year, we were had some different people running for us at different times, and had some injuries here and there. And when it came regional time, we had the best 7 runners out there for us, and it showed. Our girls placed 3rd at regionals for the 2nd year in a row. Top 7 go to state, so we made it in easily. And we had several girls place in the top 15 or top 25 there at regionals. And then we go to the state meet, and the past several years, we haven't had a girl in the top 30, so it's kind of a big deal when we go there. You're always hoping to put somebody in the top 30, and this year we put 3 girls in the top 25, so that was huge. So congratulations to them. They placed 6th at state. And we had 2 runners that actually got to run in the Meet of Champions. That's the meet after the state meet. So I'm telling you, you train all year for one race to run your fastest, and then the next week you get asked to go run another race where there's the fastest kids in the state. That can be a little intimidating, and plus you're kind of going, oh crap, I got another race. But we had 2 that wanted to go do that, and Rosie, no, did we have 2 or 3? 3. We had 3 girls. We had Rosio De La Garza, Gabby Ramos, and Kendi Salinas all went and ran in that. Our MVP this year at the state meet, this girl placed 12th for us, top 10 or all state. She was basically 2 seconds away from getting top 10. She ran a 20:44 5K. Anything under 21 is really, really spectacular. She'll be back next year for us. Kendi Salinas. And our most improved runner, she's always ran well through her career. She's been running since she was in 6th grade. Is she here tonight? That's Gabby Ramos. She was 17th, I think, at the state meet, so very good job. And our freshman award goes to our top freshman runner this year, and that was Rosio De La Garza. She placed in the top 25 for a state meet. Good job. So the girls kind of got the state meet going for us. I think the boys saw what they were doing and kind of fed off of that a little bit, and it kind of pumped them up, got them ready to run. The boys had a really good season. I don't know if we ran very many races all year where we actually had our top 7. We had injuries, and we had some of our 8, 9, and 10 runners stepping up and running varsity for us, and we were still winning meets. We went over to Hooker the first meet of the year and scored a perfect score, 15 points. That's where you put 7 runners ahead of anybody else's number 1, which is really huge. And ran well throughout the season and went into regionals and placed first. We beat Carl Albert by 1 point. It basically comes down to one of our guys beating one of theirs. So it was really huge. So we won regional by 1 point. Going into the state meet, varsity day to day, and I think what helped was all week long we actually took 5 minutes and we thought about the race and what we were going to do, and just kind of got them mentally prepared. I think physically we were ready, but I thought that a big part of it was mental, and we took 5 minutes every day to kind of mentally prepare ourselves, and I think it paid off, and the boys ended up winning state, so congratulations. At the state meet, they had a computer program you were able to download on your phone, and you could check results, and after the race, you only have about 5 minutes to go look at the results and how your kids placed, and you're kind of adding stuff up, and you just don't really know. And we found out about 10 minutes after the race that we had won, so it was a pretty big deal. We had our freshman award goes to 2 freshmen this year. There were 3 freshmen running at the state meet that were top 30, and we had 2 of them. So Noel Nunez was one of those freshmen for us, finished 35th. I believe. He says he was 15th, so top 15. Our most improved runner, this goes to somebody who wasn't even on varsity last year, really improved his times, Anthony Pena. And our most valuable runner on the boys' side is Javier Jaramillo, placed 9th at the state meet. I got one more plaque for the girls. Obviously, Kendi was our MVP. She got another one. Forgot to give that one. These other plaques are just a little plaque I got for the kids. Got the picture on it, and then it says their time, and it says Class 5A state champion Dylan Portillo. Anthony Pena, 1759. I'm also giving them their state rings. They just came in. Noel Nunez, ran 1735. Pablo, 1735. Uzziah Urquiza ran 1714. Frank Moreno, 1709. And Javier, 1708. That's all I got. Thank you.
Up next, volleyball.
Coach Ware. We have Coel Arden, Michaela Baker, Brooke Arledge, Brittany Belden, Lexi Scott, Jenna Gonzalez, Maddie Nalco, Haley Chapman, Carly Cotter, Katie Blood, Haley Cruzan, Malachi Bowers, Ciara King, Saley Molina, Marlene Carvajal, Alicia Morales, Payne Bowers, Adriana Chavez, Shay Smith, Shayla Eastland, Kinsey Landis, Kiana Aguilar, Mary Oglander, Isabel Malco, Hope Blood, Jacqueline Vasquez, Allie Coble, Daphne Lopez, Kayla Machado, Salis Morales, Daniela Lovato, Sephra Bowers, Camry Kane, Jasmine McMasters, Brianna Galindo, Yareli Villa, Ashlyn Smith, Bethany Jones, Rachel Schmidt, Andrea Cortez, Farah Kelly.
Okay, I'd like to reiterate the thank yous to our Booster Club, our bus drivers, administration as well, our parents for all the traveling. Our parents, I think, do a good job of traveling with us to our tournaments, especially for volleyball, supporting us, and it's very, very welcome, very needed. And also, I'd like to thank my assistant coaches, Coach Marshall, Coach Gomez. We had a great group of seniors this year. They were there all summer, putting their time in, and they led by example. They were there. If they were in town, then they were there. every single day, working hard, leading, showing the younger ones the right way to do things. And as a result of all that hard work, we ended up with a record of 19-10 this year, which was the 4th best record in team history. And so these girls really did a great job. We won the El Reno tournament, got 5th in the Chickasha, kind of got an asterisk beside that because we had one starter that didn't even travel with us, and then another starter went down during the tournament due to illness. And then in the Noble tournament, we placed 3rd. Our JV ended up with a record of 12-4. Our freshmen, I don't have that with us. But nevertheless, this group of girls, from the freshmen on up through the seniors, they did a great job of coming in the summers, working hard, putting their time in and getting better. For the awards, my Tiger Award goes to a young lady. She willingly traded positions this year, helping the team out. And, you know, that could have caused trouble with the team. She took it willingly, embraced the position, and did a great job in that new position. And my Tiger Award goes to Coel Arndt. My offensive MVP, other than maybe Coach Marshall's sister, probably the most offensive-minded setter I've ever coached. I don't know if she knows how to spell defense, but she definitely knows how to spell offense, and that is Lexi Scott. I had 2 defensive MVPs. The first one really anchored the back row for us. It was her first year to start, and she stepped in and did a good job in the back row for us, and that is Brittany Belden. My other MVP patrolled the middle for us, led us in blocks, and did a great job, and that's Michaela Baker. My MVP, she was our leader in kills, one of our primary passers in serve receive, which is a huge thing in volleyball, one of our leaders in digs, just the all-around MVP of our team. And it didn't hurt that she was probably the hardest working girl that we had as well, and that's Brooke Arledge. Thank you very much. Up next, softball.
We have Coach Brandy Heath, our varsity softball players, Alex Curtis, Maggie Landis, Avery Curtis, Pammy Acevedo, Alexis Bishop, Annalisa Gonzalez, Shay Henry, Veronica Duran, Maria Gutierrez, Megan Beller, Arrington Johnson, Graciela Gutierrez. Junior varsity softball, Brittany Lara, Madison Walters, Jasmine Estrada, Macy Hawthorne, Maddie Beasley, Priscilla Longoria, Jaden Gann, Jada Gann, Sydney Taylor, Blanca Morales, Kiara Marquez, Heather Admire, Kenya Gonzalez.
Okay, we would like to thank everyone who came out to support us during season this year. We had a great group of girls,
and we were led by 3 great seniors. This year's varsity placed second in the Beaver tournament and finished 10-14 in regular season. I'm pretty excited about the next years to come. We got a pretty young team, so we'll see what we got. I have 2 awards to give away tonight. Our first is our Tiger Award. This award goes to a player with great sportsmanship. She played JV and varsity and does everything you ask of her anytime you ask anything of her. This year's Tiger Award goes to Cami Acevedo. Okay, and my last award is my MVP award. This goes to a player who hit .487 on the season. She had 3 home runs and received all district honors this year. My MVP is Shay Henry. Again, we would like to thank everyone for coming out, and we hope to see you at the ballpark next year.
Up next, swim team.
Our swim team members are Sarah Fowler, Jada Gann, Ryan Landis, Alex Curtis, Mary Oblander, Mercedes Davis, Christian Gonzalez, Caleb Brown, Aaron Huckins, Dylan Kemp, Sean Brown, Adam Elamoody.
Hello. This is swim team's 3rd year, and we had another great year. We had lots of personal best times and top 3 finishes. And I was just going to go over how we did in regionals and state. At regionals, we had 2 regional champions. Dylan Kemp was the West Regional Champion in the 100 breaststroke. And Sarah Fowler was the West Regional Champion in the 200 freestyle. And our team standings at regionals, the girls got 7th place, and you can see we don't have a big team. We only had 6 girls. We got 7th place. And the boys took 3rd place at regionals with just 6 boys. And at regionals, we had 10 kids that qualified for state. And those 10 kids brought home 13 medals this year. I'm gonna call out the relays that y'all just step forward, okay? The girls, 200 free relay, step forward, and they took 7th place. And got a medal. And the girls medley relay, they took 10th place. The boys medley relay, which I'll step forward, they took 9th place. And then the same 4 boys in the 200 free relay took 6th place. And then if you qualified as an individual for state, will you step forward? We had several that qualified individually for state too. Yes, Aaron, that was you. Remember the fly you did, the butterfly? And then at state, we had 2 second place finishers. They were state runners up, and that was Sarah in the 200 free and Dylan in the 100 breast. And team-wise at state, the girls, we had 5 girls, and they took 11th place. And we had 5 boys, and they took 10th place. So I have several awards I'm going to pass out. The first, yes. Okay, our first award we're going to give out is for our most improved swimmer. And our most improved swimmer this year is Ryan Landis. Last year, Ryan was on the relay teams that went to state, but she did not qualify individually. And this year, she qualified individually, in the 50 free and the 100 breast. And at regionals and prelims, she dropped 5 seconds and swam at 1:13. If you get under a 1:15 in breast, you're really fast. And so she got second place at regionals with the 1:13 and surprised everybody, I think especially her dad the most. He was like, where did that come from? So, and then at state, she took 4th place in the breast, and she took 9th in the 50 free, and then she was on both relays. So, good job. And I want to hug too. I'm supposed to mention about all the times Ryan cries in her goggles at practice, and it's not because of me. It's because of oh, okay. Okay, now our next award is our Tiger Award, and it goes to Adam Elamudi. This is his first year to be on swim team, and he gives 100% at every practice, and he gives 100% at every meet. He has a really positive attitude, he works hard, and he always does what the coaches ask him to do. So, good job, Adam. I'm a school counselor, so I have to hug everybody. We have our Girls Newcomer of the Year, and this year it is Mercedes Davis. And she did really well this year. She made the A relay for both relays all year long, and she qualified for state in the backstroke, and that's really hard to do as a freshman. And she qualified. They take the top 24 times in the whole state to go to state, and she was 24th, so she was barely squeaked in. But at the prelims at state, she had the swim of her life, and she made the B final, and she took 15th place. So she went from 24th to 15th. Plus, of course, she medaled in the free relay and made the B final in the medley relay. So good job. Okay, and our newcomer of the year on the boys' side is Sean Brown. Sean is a freshman, and he qualified for state in 500 free, which is really hard to do. At regionals, he made the A final and took 8th place. And at state, he didn't make it to finals, but I was really proud of him that he qualified in an individual event as a freshman. Okay, our most valuable swimmer this year on the girls' side is Sarah Fowler. Sarah is a great all-around swimmer. She was undefeated most of the year. At regionals, like I said, she was a regional champion in the 200 free and took 2nd in the fly. She qualified for state in all 4 events, and then at state, she was a state runner-up in the 200 free, and she was 3rd in the fly. And our most valuable swimmer on the boys' side is Dylan Kemp. So Dylan is another great all-around swimmer. He was the regional champion in the 100 breast, and he took 3rd in the fly at regionals. He qualified for state in all 4 events, and he was the #1 seed in breaststroke going into state, so he was the fastest breaststroker in the state in 5A for that 2-week period. Then when he got to state, he got 2nd, which was devastating because he lost by 0.6 of a second. So very, very close. But thank goodness he's a junior. Yeah, next year, hopefully he'll do better. All right, and I would like Sarah and Dylan to step forward for just a minute. I just want to talk about them and the dedication that they have for swimming. They started swimming club swim at 6 years old, and think about this. Ever since they were in kindergarten, they have never had a summer off. They've been up at 6:30 in the morning in the pool, swimming twice a day. They swim 5 days a week in the summer, plus meets on Saturday. And they go to swim camps every year, usually at least 2, and usually they go together to the swim camps. And their hard work and lifelong dedication to swimming has brought them to the top of the state in swimming in 5A. And I have coaches that want to know when they're going to swim at regionals because they don't want to put their kids in the same events as these two. So hopefully next year they're going to be state champions. Swimming is very similar to cross country. You've got to swim year round, and we have a lot of kids that swim gators, and if you've been a gator swimmer, step forward. All of these kids have given up their summers for many, many years, and it's showing now in the pool, so we're really proud of them. And my last award is, I don't know if I can get through this or not, it's my Outstanding Senior Award. And it is going to go to Christian Gonzalez. He's my only senior, I know. I don't want to embarrass him, but I always say this, he has been like a second son to me, and he's going to be very irreplaceable. He's a very natural athlete. He's only swam 3 years, and he made it to state this year in 2 individual events in the 50 and the 100, which are 2 of the hardest things to qualify for. And he also was on the relays, and he's a really important part of our relays. I don't know how we're going to replace him, and we're going to really miss you next year, Christian. I do want to say thank you to all my parents that cooked dinners and made snacks and traveled. I want to say thank you to Scott Dahl for helping us with our transportation, as always. It's awesome. I want to thank Coach Chapman and Mr. Melton, because they've always been really supportive of swim team. And of course, we wouldn't be where we were without Greg Myers. He is such a great coach, has a lot of experience, and I couldn't do it without him. Thank you.
Up next, girls basketball.
With Coach Chapman. Our basketball players, Jasmine Nash, Alexis Bishop, Malachi Bowers, Olivia Armstrong, Sydney Hine, Haley Chapman, Brooke Arledge, Shayla Eastland, Maria Gutierrez, Mariah Belton, Annalisa Gonzalez, Shay Henry, Daphne Lopez, Arrington Johnson, Megan Beller, Macy Hawthorne, Adriana Romero, Jackie Mendoza, Courtney Fox, Shayla Eastland, Kiara Ramos, Maggie Landis, Camry Kane, Noela Moreno, Sydney Lewis.
Foremost, I'd like to thank my wife. She has to put up with me from October 1st to March 15th, the good, bad, the ugly, the good times, the bad times, but she's my support, and I sure do appreciate her. I'd like to thank Coach Marshall and Coach Brown. You know, Coach Brown coaches all these sports, but he also coaches basketball for me. He has to go get the bus early, drive us in bad weather, get up early, get the bus started, and you know, coaching girls, as soon as I tell them get everything off the bus, one of them needs something about 11:30, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning from the motel room, so he's got to go back out there and do it. So I couldn't do it without him. Varsity-wise, we finished number 13, 14-9, JV 12-2, and then I want our freshmen to step forward. As you can see, we only had 6, and these girls impressed me more than anything. They were undefeated against any team we played that was just freshmen only. Overall, you know, because sometimes they played up, and they were 9-2 as a group. So I'm very proud of them. Varsity-wise, some of the highlights. So we've got third at the Yucatan tournament. We've got third at Clinton. which, those are 2 tough tournaments, and we're going back to those next year. On to the awards. First one is our Rookie of the Year, someone who we feel like made a big difference, an impact, and as you can see, we only had 6, so every one of those kids somehow, some way made an impact. But one that I picked out that I thought not only at the freshman level, but at every level made a big impact, Rookie of the Year, 2015-2016, Megan Beller. Our next award is our Offensive Player of the Year, who I've really felt from game 1 to game 24 really start gaining momentum, and I'm glad that we have her back next year. She's going to be a senior next year, and we're going to lean on her a lot. She had 22 points in the regional game, and I couldn't be more proud. Offensive Player of the Year, Olivia Armstrong. This next one right here, probably the honoriest kid I have up here, but she's one that I love, and she's going to be back next year as well. She's going to be a senior. We really leaned on her late in the year, and she doesn't probably want to take any credit for it, but one of the highlights for her is when we played Woodward. We didn't get the win, but she helped. This girl at Woodward was a state tournament, 5A. They were state champs, and this girl was a state tournament MVP. And this girl that I'm about to announce held this girl to 1 field goal the entire game. I think she had a total of 6 points. This year's Defensive Player of the Year, Jasmine Nash. I'm going to do both of these at the same time. This is my Tiger Award. This goes to a senior that was a foundation to our program, great leader that has a good attitude, did anything I asked him to do in practice, before practice, after practice, during the game, and just good leadership. I have 2 this year, my 2 Tiger Award winners, Maria Gutierrez and Shay Henry. Our next girl is our MVP. Probably one of the toughest board girls I've ever coached in my 15 years of coaching. She had 18 of her 23 games this year were in double digits. She led us in scoring with 13 and a half a game. She's going to play in the K101 game May 31st in Woodward, and our MVP, Brooke Arledge. Thank you.
Up next, boys basketball.
Coach Fox. Our players are Mason LaGrange, Cristian Hinojos, Hugo Hinojos, Dylan Portillo, Carter Nash, Grayson Wallace, Daniel Avalos, Jacob Watson, Giovanni Ochoa, Mason Hawkins, Jaron Sappington, Riley Coakley, Anthony Peña, Mike Quintero, Roberto Flores, Ricardo Valenzuela, Connor Hoffman, Bryce Bagley, Diego Lozano, Ernest Padilla, Chris Leiva, Venancio Fernandez, Peyton Bayless, Grayson Wallace, Austin Walters, Jose Diaz, Alex Sappington, Javier Martinez, Noel Núñez, Francisco Gonzalez, Daniel Freeland, Karan Bakta, Enrique Alvidrez, Edgar Rios, Hunter Martinez.
I'll also reiterate the thank yous, Booster Club. Thanks for your support and the money that you've given. Scott Dahl, thanks for your transportation and arranging all the bus drivers. That's always a blessing. Really enjoyed this season. Finished 15-8, up 3 games from last year. Really proud of the guys, how hard they worked all season and the effort that they gave me. We did everything we could throughout the year to win every game that we did, and going into playoffs, we really thought we had a good chance, but we just faced a much better Eisenhower team, and we were disappointed about that because we really thought playoffs this year we might have a chance to get a game or two. So We finished 15-8. Super proud of the effort the guys have given all year long in practice. It's a long season, so that gets difficult towards the end of the year. I'm giving 6 awards tonight. My first award goes to a freshman, Rookie of the Year award. I think the athleticism that this kid shows, not just in basketball, but in his other 2 sports is bar none. And so really proud of him and the effort that he gave tonight. Rookie of the Year is Noel Nunez. My next award is the Tiger or Hustle Award. This guy is by far the hardest working kid I've ever been around. His time and minutes played didn't represent the effort that he showed. He had a lot of going on, and regardless of what he had going on, he came and gave 110% every single day, no matter what. My Tiger and Hustle Award goes to Daniel Avalos. He's not here this evening. Next award is my 6th man award. I think somebody coming off the bench with a spark, especially the first person off the bench, is extremely important, and we didn't have that early in the season. Towards that second half of the season and in the end, this kid really came off the bench and gave us a spark, and it really showed towards the end of the season with the wins. And my 6th man award this year is Christian Hinos. My next award is Defensive Player of the Year. This award could probably go to a couple different people. I really try not to repeat awards or give somebody 2 awards, so we try to spread them out a little bit. But with this kid on the floor and with him playing his full potential, our basket was protected better than it's been the past 3 years. My defensive award this year is Jovan Ochoa. It's another award that I probably could have given to a couple different people. It's my Offensive Player of the Year. This kid started off with a bang at the beginning of the year and was really shooting the ball unbelievable. Didn't fizzle off, but got back to normal, I would probably say, towards the end of the season. But when he clicked offensively, our team really clicked and helped us move along. My Offensive Player of the Year is Mason LaGrange. My last award, this is a team sport, but this person stands out. Played hard, offensively, defensively. We were a totally different team without this guy. So my most valuable player for 2015-2016, Carter Nash. Thank you.
Up next, powerlifting.
We have Coach Richmond and Coach Fisher. Our players are Max Acosta, Cristian Aguilar, Cody Alexander, Alex Amador, Javier Bowers, Xavier Bowers, Nicholas Brewer, Hunter Brunson, Mundo Casas, Eric Cruz, Fabian Daniels, Barrett Danner, Roman Davis, Harvey De La Rosa, Salvador Diaz, Elaine Fernandez, Miguel Fernandez, Tyler Fields, Roberto Figueroa, Matthew Gallegos, Rafael Candarilla, Nick Garcia, John Gonzalez, Cesar Guerrero, Derek Callanan, Jared Callanan, Bailey Holman, Ronaldo Urizar, Victor Legarda, Pablo Lopez, Austin Lozano, Kevin Lozano, Anthony Luna, Matthew Mallard, Boyd Martin, Mason Martinez, Tristan Martinez, Aden Ochoa, Levi Padilla, Tyler Padilla, Cristian Reyes, Justice Riffle, Jacob Santos, Tasso, Trevin Talbert, Drew Winters.
All right, back at it again. So powerlifting really took off a year ago. Again, powerlifting really took off a year ago with our numbers coming out. As you can see this year, it's grown quite a bit again. We had upwards of 50 kids going through the off-season workouts, wanting to compete and do the powerlifting program, going to the competitions and things like that. I like doing something a little bit different for our kids as far as our awards. Last year I got them personalized hats. This year I had so many kids that made the meet requirements, there was no way to afford getting everybody hats, so they've all got individualized shirts. The first person I want to thank is Coach Fisher. I couldn't have done it without him. So, Coach Fisher. And for the sake of time, I'm going to go through, I'm going to call everybody up and I'll give them their shirt, tell you what weight class they were. Every shirt is personalized with their name and their weight class, and then depending how long they've been with us, what they've been doing. If they were part of the program last year, we were regional champions a year ago. We were regional champions again this year in the 5A class. We finished in the top 3 in the state the past 2 years, so we're really excited about going into next season. But a lot of the guys that are leaving and graduating have left some pretty big shoes to fill. John Gonzalez was in the 242-pound class. He was a 2015-2016 regional champion, and he jumped to the top 10 at the state level this year. We've got one other award that we're going to give out. John finished in the bottom last year when we went to regionals. He finished in the bottom half of everybody in his weight class listed last year. And he jumped this year from not only finishing in the bottom half of regionals, but also climbed all the way to the top 10 at the state level. So John is going to be our 2016 Most Improved Lifter. This guy's a freshman, came out and lifted for us this year. He lifted in the 275-pound weight class for us. He was part of our regional championship team this year, Fabian Daniels. Another 275-pound for us was Trevin Talbert, came in, helped us in that heavyweight class. So Trevin made the meet requirements with us, traveled with us, put his time in the weight room. So. Next is a kid that he's really worked his tail off the last couple of years. He lifted in the heavyweight division for us. He was part of the regional championship team last year and this year, Cody Alexander. Next is going to be one of our lifters. He suffered an injury halfway through the season, didn't get to finish it out with us, but he still came in and made a big impact for us when we won our the Temple Invitational. That's Ronaldo Uizar. Another 242-pound weight class was, he was a sophomore this year for us, was a great football player. He was part of our regional championship team last year and this year. Last year he came in from basketball season, jumped right in and started working. This year he really focused on powerlifting. That's going to be Hunter Brunson. Another guy that came on real strong for us at the beginning of the season, and he had an injury also. He's been there for us, didn't get to play football with us, but he jumped in, helped film, helped with water and everything through the football season, and did everything he could in the weight room all through the offseason. That's Justice Riffle. Okay, one more of our big-time lifters is not here tonight. It's Rafael Gondaria in the 275-pound weight class. Okay, this lifter has done something pretty special this year. Drew Winter was our 181-pound lifter. He actually finished in 4th place in the state last year. He missed making the state meet by 5 pounds. He was right there. It was a tough one for him last year. He really figured out what he needed to do over the off season through football season leading into powerlifting. He was part of our regional championship team the last 2 years. He was a state qualifier for the first time this year and ended up finishing 4th in the state. So obviously with him finishing 4th in the state, he had our best placing. We had some kids that have absolutely demonstrated the utmost commitment to the program, but our Lifter of the Year award has to go to the guy that finishes highest at the state level, and that's Drew. Another young leader for us. I'm trying to rush through these. Made the meet requirements, didn't go to regionals with us, but he was a big-time leader in the weight room, lifted at the 181-pound weight class. That's Jacob Santos. One of our regional lifters this year made the meet requirements. That's Alex Amador. He lifted for us at the 168-pound class. One of our senior offensive defensive linemen came in, did a great job for us last year, and this year really worked his tail off. He cut 25 pounds, something like that, to get down to the 181-pound weight class. He was part of the regional championship team last year and this year, as well as a state qualifier, and missed finishing in the top 10 by 5 pounds this year. So he's something special. That's Mundo Casas. Another part of our regional championship team, he came in and started competitions going into the regional powerlifting meet, jumped in, placed really well for us, made it to the state meet. He finished, I think, 14th at the state level. He's demonstrated a lot of commitment and shown a lot of growth through this past off season. That's Victor Lagarda at the 198-pound weight class. Next is one of our senior linebackers, lifted at the 198-pound weight class. Part of our 2-time regional championship team. He missed making the state powerlifting meet by a little bit this year, but I'm sure he'll make it next year. It's Matt Mallett. Matthew. This young man is going to be pretty special. He had to miss an entire football season of weightlifting due to an injury that he had. Came back in and hit it as hard and as fast as he could. Demonstrated tremendous work ethic. I couldn't ask anything more out of Austin. He was at the 157-pound weight class, part of the back-to-back regional championship teams. He's qualified for state the last 2 years and finished in the top 10 this year, so we're looking for that ring next year. We've got a new face this year, came in. He went to every meet, cut quite a bit of weight for us. Derek Hallinan lifted at the 132-pound weight class. Another 168-pound lifter, didn't make regionals at state, but he made the meet requirements. That's Cesar Guerrero. One of our coach's sons really came in and decided to show us a lot of dedication this year. He made every workout, did everything that we asked of him. He stepped in to fill some varsity spots at a couple of our upper meets. That's Roman Davis. Next young man is Mason Martinez, 145-pound weight class. He was part of our regional championship team this year, qualified for state, missed making the top 10 by about 15 pounds. I think he's going to do big things for us next year. Next, we've got Elaine Fernandez. Elaine lifted at regionals for us. At the 157-pound weight class, came in and filled some varsity spots also. Coy Martin's a 123-pound lifter for us, part of the back-to-back regional champions. Qualified for state last year and this year at the 123-pound, and finished in the top 10 of the state this year. Three left. I'm trying to hurry. Miguel Fernandez, another 123-pound lifter. He was part of our regional championship team. Is Miguel here? Another real strong, hard-working lifter for us is Kevin Lozano. I had to kick him and Austin out of the weight room about every day. He just came in, made a commitment, and decided that he was going to go places. He finished 5th at the state level for us this year, qualified for state the last 2 seasons. He was also a back-to-back regional champ team member. He's going to do huge things for us next year. Looking for a ring from him too. Last lifter we've got is another 132-pound lifter. He was part of the regional championship team the last 2 years, and he was a state qualifier this year. That's Christian Reyes. That's it. Sorry it took so long.
Up next, girls soccer.
We have Coach Davis. Our players are Olivia Armstrong, Megan Beller, Sephra Bowers, Malachi Bowers, Martín Carvajal, Alondra Cerda, Andrea Cortez, Carly Cotter, Rocio de la Garza, Magali de Santiago, Shayla Eastland, Jasmine Estrada, Diñana Estrada, Brianna Gallindo, Gloria Garcia, Itzi Gutierrez, Maria Gutierrez. There's a Maria Gutierrez freshman, a Maria Gutierrez senior, Odalis Hernandez, Samantha Iglesias, Lupita Jimenez, Mayra Jimenez, Crystal Jurado, Solange Luriano, Kayla Machado, Natalie Martinez, Jackie Mendoza, Erica Melendez, Aileen Mesta, Jessie Mesta, Magali Mesta, Alicia Morales, Sayla.
Our season began with a leadership lesson with 100 burpees from our dear Coach Mason. However, the stars did not seem to align because our season ended only 3-9. Disappointed? Yeah, we all may seem to be. Our skills continued to develop. Soon, we became a team of we. Coach Bowers and Coach Searcy took the JV. PTCI even made it possible for us to be on TV. With the young team of 50, 12 freshmen lettering tonight, yes, my team is young, but they have earned the letterman right. 5A soccer is the real deal. We have to train harder to make it in that state playoff wheel. Tonight I let go of my seniors 5, all strong young women in their own tough right. They soon face new adventures after graduation night. Before I honor them, I have some other issues to attend. With the highest percent goal average, this young lady will continue to amaze us. I would like you to give a big hand to our own little Miss Reza. Newcomers Award and MVP defense. No one can defend meaner and hotter than our own Carly Cotter. MVP offense returning again next year with all district honors, a repeat from last year. This gal can't control the ball, the one and only Marlene Carvajal. Senior Jennifer Salinas played backup for us on defense. Her calm demeanor and all her smiles helped this team go the miles. Every team may feel like they are royalty. Most of them are just full of beans. But on my team, I have 2 real senior queens. Working the backfield, not in high heels, with real gusto, Guymon's homecoming queen, Crystal Harada. Not to be outdone, GHS prom queen. She has given for service to us all. Please give it up for Maria Gutierrez. The next young lady wears the red, white, and blue. The National Guard is what keeps her true. She motivated us, and sometimes she frustrated us. But now, no one can deny that Yselvia has earned the right to be the heart of a Tiger. Last but not least, my true four-year friend, letterman, MVP midfielder, and the captain of our team. Thank you for her skills and her all-state honors. This is your senior soccer captain, Yaniri Ontiveros. Scott and Teresa, thank you for the bus. Coach McMurphy, thank you for your time to cuss and discuss. To Coach Bowers and Coach Cersei, my career has come full circle. To have you play for me and know coach with me, it's an honor and surreal. Coach Vita, it's been a wonderful learning soccer experience. Your knowledge and game and patience goes without saying. To my husband Kyle, Catherine, and Roman, through wind, rain, pain, and dirt, you supported this team unconditionally. Thank you for your support. It's hard for an American football coach to marry a real football coach. Thank you for your time, all of Guymon. With your continued support, what lies ahead, we shall wait and see. Thank you, and good night.
Up next, boys soccer.
Coach McMurphy. Our players are Lorenzo Amador, Raúl Casadillas, Juan Cerda, Alex Cortez, Ignacio Esquivel, Francisco Garcia, Eric Guerrero, Jairo Gutierrez, Caffrey He, Luis Jimenez, Juan Alina, Germán Lira, Efren Machado, Javier Medina, Andy Mesta, José Nas, Jorge Nolasco, Miguel Ordóñez, Alonso Ramírez, Alejandro Ruiz, Edgar Salinas, Jesús Sánchez, Brian Santana, Uzziah Urquiza, Daniel Alvarez, Jonathan Amador, Osiel Arroyo, Alan Ábalos, Javier Ábalos, Abelardo Bernabé, José Cerda, Christian Contreras, Omar Espinoza, Andy Figueroa, Roberto Flores, Addison González, Elías González, Eduardo Guadarrama, Jairo Gutierrez, Johnny Guzman, Netnao Hale, Ernesto Herrera, Alexis Medina, Alan Mendoza, Ivan Molina, Maynard Ramos, José Rodríguez, David Salcedo, Valdemar Sánchez, Luis Soto, Law 2, José Triana, Fernando Valdez.
This is my first year as the head boys soccer coach. We had a pretty good season. We finished the season 9-3, but we didn't go quite as far as we would have liked to. First round didn't treat us very good in the playoffs. I'd like to thank my wife. She put up with me during the soccer season. It's been a little bit rough. Thanks to Scott. Scott was my assistant coach for this year. Did a great job. I've got a few awards to give out for the evening. First, I'd like to recognize my two boys that were All-Staters this year. Juan Cerda and Herman Lira were both received All-State honors. And then our goalie, Edgar Salinas, is the first alternate. Next, we got 4 all-district nods from downstate also. Luis Jimenez, Miguel Ordonez, Francisco Garcia, and Javier Medina were all districts. My first award for the night goes to my Offensive Player of the Year. This player scored a lot of goals for us over the course of the year. Just did an excellent job with the ball. Herman Lira. My next award is Defensive Player of the Year. This player was voted by the team, I think, 2 times as Defensive Player of the Game. And then during our tournament that we won at Chickasha, the coaches voted for the players of the game and we gave it to our defense. This player is Miguel Ordonez. third award is my overall MVP. This player is the player that more or less controlled the game for us. He's an all-stater. I can't say enough about him and how much we're actually going to miss him next year. Juan Cerda. And my last award for the night is my Fighting Tiger Award. This player was kind of like our 12th man, first man off the bench for most of the season, till we got into a little bit of eligibility problems. And he deserved a starting spot all year long, but a lot of times he was great to come off the bench, take the place of a player that wasn't playing great. Raul Casadillas. Thank you.
Up next, baseball.
We have Coach Lively with our players Angel Acosta, Bryce Bagley, Austin Birdsell, Nick Brewer, Josh Gomez, Aaron Huckins, Riley Coakley, Darren Lakely, Kyle Larson, McKay Lively, Hunter Martinez, Lane Martinez, Mason Martinez, Jovan Ochoa, Kale Purdy, Tyson Ritter, Zach Stonecipher, Quake Wheeler, Buddy Ong, Enrique Alvarez, Kevin Ricky, Caleb Brown, Kendall Padel, Adrian Espadas, Francisco Gonzalez, Adrian Martinez, Hunter Martinez, Javier Martinez, Tristan Martinez, Evan Peña, Alex Ramirez, Edgar Rios, Sergio Rios, Alejandro Salamanca, Kyler Sandoval, Jaime Villa, Quade Wheeler.
Thank you and welcome. I am Coach Lively. First of all, I'd like to introduce my staff. I have Coach Ibarra. Coach Ibarra, will you turn around, please? Coach Ibarra came into this program with me. We graduated over at Panhandle together. He came in and he was my hitting coach, defensive coach, offensive coach, pretty much all of it. Then I have Grant Mallard. Grant, give him away. Grant came in, he's my pitching coach. Heck of a job, he came in a little late, but when he came in, he did his job and he did it well. These kids really look up to those two. So, first of all, we upped the roster a little bit. We started out with about 50 players, but guys that came into this program because of these kids right here, they have more heart than I've ever seen any team ever come out with. They came out to that field. I had to kick them off the field every night. They didn't want to leave. So, I mean, they've touched me and made me a proud coach. I couldn't be prouder of a team. We quadrupled our wins from last year. We put 3 hitters in the top 15. So that's actually a really, really big deal. I mean, you're talking 3 hitters hitting over 400. One of them has hitting a 500 for the season. They did an excellent job. We took 3rd in the cash tournament. So these kids did a fantastic job. If you ever came out to any of our games, guys, we played some ball. We hit the ball. We played hard. And when you guys come out and watch them next year, watch these kids shine. All right, we're going to start out with our first award. This is going to go to Rookie of the Year. This is our freshman. We pulled him up to our varsity squad. He's a pitcher. He also plays 3rd, plays 1st, all around heck of a kid. I mean, respectful, do anything you ask him to do. He gave us all he got, and I couldn't be prouder of a freshman. This is Hunter Martinez. All right, up next is this is our Mr. Guymon Baseball Award. Guys, this is your Tiger spirit. Man, he was the life of baseball. I mean, as I'm starting to tell you about this kid, you'll know exactly who he is. You go out to that baseball field, and if you were in a bad mood, you weren't happy, promise you, if that kid was out there, you became happy and you started to smile. There's games I was coaching and I have to turn around and put my head in my shirt because I'm out there trying to be serious and he's making me laugh out there on the field. I mean, the kid's spirit is above anybody. I mean, amazing. This is Zach Stonecipher. All right, up next this is our Clutch Award. What Clutch means is you get put in a situation and it's not easy. This kid came into the season after powerlifting, worked his butt off. Came into a couple games. We went downstate to Northwest Classen, and it was our second game. Game was tied up. We were in the bottom of the seventh, and Mason Martinez came up to bat. 2 outs. I think there's 2 runners on, and you know we're hoping to take home a victory. And he went up there and battled. I don't know how many he fouled off. Had to be a bunch. That kid's arm was hurting probably by the time he was done. I gave him a couple bunt signs. He put a couple down. They went foul. Then the last pitch, he hit it right over first baseman's head. Scored the winning run. Then our next game, same situation. Bottom of the 7th again. I think this one we were down by 1. Came up to the plate, 2 outs again, and you know it's not looking great. We had, I think, a runner on 3rd and 2nd, and Mason Martinez comes up again. In that situation, pulled through every time we put him up there. Couldn't be prouder of a kid. That's a hard situation to be. So give it up for Mason Martinez. All right, this award's called the C.Y. Young Award. I call it CY. They talk about my dyslexic abilities. I'm great at it. My Cy Young Award. Cy Young was a great pitcher. We all know if you follow any baseball. This goes to my pitcher. We used him quite a bit. I mean, the kid threw hard, threw with everything he's got. Loves baseball. I mean, we used him a lot more than we thought we would, but anytime we used him, he came out there and he threw with everything he had. The amazing thing was, you get this guy fired up and he threw harder. You get him down to about 80, 90 pitches, and he's throwing about 5 miles an hour faster. I've never seen a kid do what he did when it comes to pitching. Usually they start to wear out, he got stronger. And it's kind of amazing to watch somebody like that perform. He did a heck of a job this year. Give it up for Josh Gomez. And for this pronunciation, I think I got it right, it's Hank Aaron. The Hank Aaron Award goes to my hitter. All around, he led the stats in his batting average, his on-base percentage, his slugging percentage. I mean, the kid listened to Coach Ibarra all year, took everything he said and soaked it up like a sponge. You go out to those cages, he was on those tees. You go out there, talk to him, and say, "What are you working on?" "I'm working on keeping my hands inside the ball." "What are you working on?" "I'm working on my load." He was always working on something. The kid was fundamentally sound. I mean, and every time he got up to bat, you just knew he was going to hit the ball in the outfield line drive every time. I mean, and well, I didn't mention this at the beginning. Well, yeah, I did. We had 3 hitters in the top 15 in the state. He led the team in everything. He actually finished number 4 in the state with a batting average of 500, which is actually very, very amazing in baseball, if you guys don't know. But did a heck of a job, number 4 in the state. Give it up for Aaron Huckins. And my last award, this is for my MVP. This is all around, I mean, batting. You know, heck of a job batting defensively. This kid, I mean, he's got hands that I haven't seen in a long time, fast, super fast. He was solid, he'd come in, he'd play any position you wanted. We moved him at the beginning of the year from a spot he wasn't usually playing, and he took over that spot and he did a better job than I expected. Came in through games. He was a pitcher as well. Just all around, he was one of my team captains. He led that team. Anything you asked him to do, it was yes, sir. He went out and made sure it got done. No questions asked. I mean, I couldn't be prouder of a kid. Once again, give it up for Aaron Huckins. Now again, I would love to give out more awards. I mean, guys, this team up here is put in a lot of work. I mean, they've been down there for hours and hours and hours. They live at that field. We rebuilt their clubhouse for them, make it a little more comfortable. I'm surprised not to see any sleeping bags in there, but they live at that field and they work. Next year, guys, come out and watch them. This is a young team right here. Most of them are juniors. So next year, don't be surprised if you see this team giving regionals and state a shot. I promise you, this is a ball club right here. Get up for your Guymon Tiger baseball.
We forgot to recognize one of our power lifters. He is in the 132-pound division. He's a freshman, 2016 regional champ, 2016 state qualifier, Tyler Fields.
Up next, girls track.
With Coach Ware. Our girls, Maddie Beasley, Megan Bellard, Alexis Bishop, Cameron Connor, Avery Curtis, Carrie Fernandez, Jada Gann, Farrah Kelly, Sofia Marquez, Samantha Mendoza, Saley Molina, Aliana Romero, Kendi Salinas, Ashlyn Smith, Aspen Lequette, Alex Wood.
Okay, this year we had a very inexperienced group, very young. We returned just a few girls that had made it to the state track meet in the past. We did have the 2-mile relay make it to state this year. You 4 girls, please step forward. Now, they ran 10 seconds faster at state than they did the week before at regionals. And so, you know, when you're coaching, you're an athlete, you know, all you can really ask for is to do the best you can do, and those girls really stepped up. Now, as far as for our awards, my outstanding my outstanding distance runner, this is her 3rd year to run at the state meet, and that's Kendi Salinas. My outstanding sprinter, she was one of the members of the 2-mile relay. It took her a little convincing. I actually kind of started working on her a little bit last year about running the 800, and she came around and worked hard and really did a good job for us this year, and that's Avery Curtis. My outstanding field events went to my shot put and discus thrower, and that's Adriana Romero. Tiger Award goes to a freshman. She worked her tail off. She was there every single day. She put her time in, put the work in, and that's Farrah Kelly. Okay, thank you.
Up next, boys track.
boys, Austin Lozano, Jacob Watson, Jose Lopez, Corby Jenkins, Obed Guevara, Noel Nunez, Kevin Lozano, Salvador Diaz, Raykov Lopez, Alex Amador, Dylan Portillo, Cristian Hinojos, Drew Winter, Jose Diaz, Javier Jaramillo, Matthew Gallegos, Nick Garcia, Anthony Peña, Hugo Hinojos, Daniel Gayton, Frank Moreno, Joseph Soto, Tyler Fields, Garrett Danner, Carter Nash, David Gayton, Isaac Chaparro, Jonathan Perez, Christian Aguilar.
We had a great track season. These kids are really hard workers. I appreciate them coming to practice every day and looking to improve on their events. And, we had a lot of returners from last year, and we also had some new faces that really helped us out on relays and some of the field events and things like that. We had some state qualifiers. We just got back from the state track meet this past weekend. We had Carter Nash, high jump. He cleared 6'4". Carter, can you put your hand up and show us about how high 6'4" is? He's right up there, so he's jumping that high. So he did a great job. Placed fifth at state in high jump. We had a 2-mile relay. Step forward, guys. You guys on 2-mile relay? Hugo ran 2-mile relay at state for the first time in his life. He's never ran an 800 before, so I really appreciate him stepping up and helping the team out. Hugo's one of those kids where he's all about the team and he's going to do whatever it takes to help the team out. So he did a great job on that. But that's your 2-mile relay state qualifiers. We had one of the top hurdler kids in the state in 5A, and that was Dylan Portillo. Step on up here. He did a great job. I tell you, if we had a hurdler coach, it'd probably be a state champion. We just kind of look at YouTube and do some other stuff, and he watches the videos and does those things and does them very well. He was seated 6th in the 110s, ended up getting 4th in the 300s. He was seated 3rd and ended up 4th. So he'll be coming back next year and looking to do some things. We also had a mile relay. Boys, step forward, mile relay. Mile relay is one of the most exciting events at the state meet. A lot of the times it kind of determines who wins a state title, who doesn't on the team side, and it's always fun to watch, and it takes a lot of guts to be able to go out there and run 400 meters as hard as you can. And we didn't get the outcome we wanted. We ran really good at regionals. We just didn't quite match that at the state meet, but these kids did a great job all year long for us. That was your mile relay team right here. Right now, I'm going to give out the Most Valuable Sprinter Award. This is a kid. It was his first year coming out for track. He ended up being one of our faster kids. He was on sprint relay, mile relay. He was also a long jumper, Hugo Hinojos. Oh, and I forgot to announce one of my distance kids. Javi made it to state in the 2-mile. He ran a 10:20 in his 2-mile. And he's also our most valuable runner, Javier. Most valuable field events, obviously that's going to be Carter Nash. I didn't give this award out last year, but I thought it was deserving. Most valuable hurdler, Dylan Portillo. I also want to thank Booster Club for everything they've done, and Coach Ware for working with our sprinters and throwers. Thanks.
Up next, girls golf.
Girls golf, Michelle Crane, Brittany Belton, Mary Offlander, Kenzie Landis, Kiara Marcus, Maddie Malco, Tatum Sides, Sarah Fowler, Cami Acevedo, Rebecca Bagley, Hope Blood, Camry Kane, Isabel Malco.
We didn't finish as well as we wanted. wanted to this year, but we had a lot of fun, and having 60 hours in a Suburban, we got to make our own fun, so we had a good time. This year I had 2 seniors that thankfully helped me mother. My 2 seniors, Rebecca Bagley and Brittany Belden, get the Super Senior Award. This year, I had a player who actually attended more tournaments this year, and after only playing in the Guymon one last year, and that is my Most Improved Award goes to Kiara Marquez. After going through all of their scores and trying to figure out who the most valuable player was, we had 2 girls that kind of flip-flopped about every tournament and went back and forth. So I gave 2 most valuable players, and that's Brittany Belden and Michaela Crane. And like I said, we didn't do as well as we wanted to at regionals, but these girls played very, very tough courses. A lot of tears were shed that day, a lot of frustration, so I thought my regional girls deserved a medal. So the girls that played at regionals, Kiara Marquez, Michaela Crane, Kinsey Landis, Brittany Belden, and Mary Umblander still get a medal. Thank you.
Up next, boys golf.
With Coach McKeeman. Sean Brown, Trayson Carter, Roman Davis, Adam Moody, Chandler Evans, Carson Warner, Connor Kaufman, Mason Grange, Dalton Mason, Bailey Pierce, Nathan Lonnie, Justin Stotyper, Grayson Wallace, Connor Williams.
Speeches are like sermons, the shorter the better, so this will be short. We didn't quite have the success that we anticipated. We were regional champions, got 4th at the state tournament. During the course of the year, I think we had 3 second place finishes. We won 2 tournaments. One of the best accomplishments that the kids had, we played in one tournament where there were 14 6A schools. We beat 12 of them, finished 3rd, and it was at the Eden tournament. It was real easy bunch of kids to coach because they worked hard on their own. All I had to do was just kind of keep them pointed in the right direction, which successfully I was semi there. Only have about 4 awards. First, I want to recognize a couple of the seniors, Mason LaGrange and Dalton Mason. For most programs, the seniors are the foundation. You know, they're the ones that have put in the time to get to there. Mason put a lot of time in. He didn't have a real heavy class schedule, so he was always the first one at the golf course. The other one, Dalton Mason, spent last summer working down in the Norman area, playing golf. Our tournament a year ago, he shoots 112. This year at our tournament, he shoots 83. So my most improved golfer goes to Dalton Mason. The one problem that he had was being able to stand still. He was kind of like the old cat on a hot tin roof. At the state tournament, I would also mention where we finished 4th, there were 2 of the young men. Connor Kaufman, who's just a junior, he finished 4th individually.
the sophomore, Grayson Wallace finished 5th individually. There's one other junior on the team, Chandler Evans. Mason LaGrange and Dalton are the only seniors, so the program's in good shape coming aboard next year. The last award I'd like to give away is the most valuable. During the course of the year, he's the only one that never had a score in the 80s. His low score for the year was 70. I think his stroke average for 16 rounds was 75, so that's really good. The expectation will just be higher next year. Connor Kaufman. I want to thank the Booster Club, especially the parents. There were a lot of tournaments that we went to. Oh, I want to say thank you to Scott Dahl. He gave me the same Suburban. I think I logged about 75 hours of driving underneath the wheel. So if somebody drives number 11 and it doesn't feel good, it's because my butt's formed to that seat. So I apologize, but thanks. A lot of the tournaments we went to, there were more of our parents that were there, even when we traveled to Oklahoma City and Edmond and around. More of our parents were there than with any of the other schools. So to the parents of all the athletes and the time that you spend and the support that you give, thank you to all of you. Thank you.
This first award I want to give out is in honor of James Tuttle, someone who really loves sports, who played for the New York Giants, avid golfer. This was voted on by all the head coaches for an all-around freshman male and female athlete. And this year, the 2015-2016 Female Freshman Athlete of the Year, Megan Beller. Our James Tuttle freshman male all-around athlete, Hunter Martinez. These next awards are in honor of Jim Hitch, the 1971 Guymon graduate. These are all in honor of him. The very first one we're going to give this year is the Jim Hitch Fighting Heart, voted on by the head coaches, and this year's recipient, Shay Henry. The two sports that Jim Hitch played while he was in high school were basketball and golf, so we do two of those sports. The very first one is the Jim Hitch Basketball Award, and this year's recipient, Carter Nash. The next award is the Jim Hitch Golf Award, 2015-2016 recipient, Mason LaGrange. All three of those awards have some financial support to whatever college they go to. It's $250 to the Fighting Heart, $500 to the basketball, and to the golf. So congratulations to those guys. The next award is to the all-around male and female senior athlete, again voted by the coaches. This year's female all-around senior athlete, Brooke Arledge. All-around senior male athlete of the year, Carter Nash. Before I give the Coy Gibson Award, is Mary Jane Fast here? She already left. Okay, we're going to recognize her. She's retiring this year, and she's got, I think, 35 or 36 years in the school system, and she's had to put up with all the coaches and keep us in line financially, and she knows where every dollar is, and I just want to say thank you to her. So if you see her, tell her thanks. This next award is the Coy Gibson Award. It's awarded to the senior athlete who has achieved the highest GPA, boy or girl. Coach Gibson, he coached the 1957 boys basketball state championship, the only one they have, and he later became a principal and always placed a high priority in academics. This year's recipient with the highest GPA, Rebecca Bagley, 4.4. Our final award is our Booster Club Coach of the Year, and Renee Bagley is going to present that award.
Before I give this award out, I was going to announce who won the autographed soccer balls. The girls' soccer ball goes to, and I believe this is Ivan Olta. It's hard to read the name printed here. Is that? Come up here. The soccer balls are up here at the letter table. The boys' soccer ball goes to Mandy Coble. The Guymon Booster Club would like to recognize Andy Brown for his outstanding dedication. For his outstanding dedication to the athletes of Guymon High School. He goes above and beyond to give his athletes the best training, support, guidance, and competitive edge. He takes pride in his work and his athletes, and nothing proves that more than his list of achievements and the number of kids in his programs. He is the best example of working for what you wish to achieve. He will make arrangements for camp, organize an awesome summer running program, drive the bus, and even bake cinnamon rolls. And lots of cinnamon rolls. To help his kids reach their goals, congratulations, Coach Brown, on your state championship. Your love for your sport and what you do shines through. You are the Guymon Booster Club's Coach of the Year.
thank everybody that's helped me along the way. Your support is great for the athletes that I help coach. I want to be honest, it makes my job a lot easier when I've got talented athletes to coach that are coachable. That's the thing you ask for in an athlete, is that they're coachable and they do the things you ask. And I've been blessed with that. So thank you guys for your support in everything I've coached and all your help along the way. Thank you.